Don't do it. You tuned in with the Alkaline Hassan, baby. The one and only, baby. And this video right here is gonna be lovely, man. I know y'all haven't seen me in a while, man. I had to go to school, man. I'm looking a little better, man. I lost me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take care of me sometime, you know what I'm saying? I gave y'all 27 of them. But look here, this what the video gonna be called when you think you looking good, you really looking bad, eh? That's what I'm gonna call this one right here I'm talking about. This symbolized like, I'm gonna go culture first. You know what I'm saying? It was me being an African, standing on that. My natural religion wasn't written down. It wasn't even spoken. It was just a way of life. It was just an act. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get your Christ from. That's where you get your Muhammad. Anyone could have been there. Everyone has a Christ. Everyone had a Muhammad. Because the most outstanding person in your family that's on a deemed woman, that where the goddess come from. Yes, women's was God-like. Yes, it went off abilities, not off sex and gender. You see, they looked at a whole different kind of aspect of life. You see, y'all, I've been back to school on y'all. I went to school on y'all. Okay, so reason why I say when you think you looking good, you really looking bad, because this is the unspoken commitment. You see, every household was a nation, because me being a Comia / Thomas, you see, we would have had our own judge. We got a couple people in our family that give the sentences for when you act up. We got a certain group in our family that is a babysitter. A certain cousins is babysitters. You see, we got certain cousins that cook. We got certain cousins that do just laundry. This is what they do. There's their ability to the family. It's not no, now I don't feel like washing dishes, I want to be doing this. Nah, it wasn't that. Everybody just contributed what they needed to contribute to the family. So they even had elders this how you had to give a decision. Make decisions. They made sure you had extra people to base your decision on before you made your own decision, meaning you have the elders. Most likely it was women. You got 5 elders. I'm just giving the number 5, and you just, all right, I want to start this business, this car wash. And I'm just gonna take everything that I have to start this car wash, and if I lose all the way. So before I go just invest my money in this car wash, I have to go bring this to my elders. So I walk up to my elders and, yes, I want to propose the car wash that I want to start, and I run my business plan here, and I'm gonna get 5 different opinions about what could go good and what can go bad. So when I leave there, I have 6, 7, 8 different opinions in my head instead of my one. How I can do it, how I can do it better. But 9 times out of 10, none of them gonna crush my pride or take my creativity from me. It's mostly just to give me a way, give me a nature of seeing how I'm supposed to move through this as I make my decisions. You see, when I say you really think you looking good, you really looking bad, because that goes to why I say that, bam, we're gonna use just that last part right there. I know a bunch of people that will do more for strangers than they'll do for their own kin, their own family, their own loved ones. They'll do more for a stranger. They will give a goddamn homeless person under the bridge $20 and go to the same house they people at, and know they people need a goddamn box of cigarettes and talk about they need a job and all that, but you just gave a homeless motherfucker $20 whole dollars to go get crack rock. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people like that. You know, so let's go back to the babysitters. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, man, just think. You know what I'm saying? If you had reliable people in the family, all the families come. I'm going to break down the house right now. I'm going to show you how a house is made for separation. You see, that's why they laughed at us, try to make you seem like we lived in a hut. We lived in boxes. We lived in this. We lived in that. So how y'all build all this? How y'all did? Nah, it wasn't about us living in a box of TP, a pyramid, a hut. No. It was made for, it was no individual. It was no individuality. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a living room. Everybody got their own bedroom. So I'm this person in the living room, but we go in our room, that's a whole new person. The kid one way right here, when they go in their room, they can create a whole entity. You know what I'm saying? Being up making them little videos. Be up in this motherfucker, sneaking on the phone, doing whatever under the sun. On the internet, watching videos that they aren't supposed to be watching, doing all type of stuff. But if we was all in environment, man, when it's time to do grown folk stuff, man, y'all know the move y'all goddamn self. Control your lower desires. It's time and place for everything. Motherfuckers just want to be a beast. Motherfuckers want to be freaking in a motherfucking nah. That's how it breaks us down, because it's section off everything in the house. Is section off. He give you a prop. I'm going to my room. I hate y'all. Boom. And I can go in my room and I feel like I'm just cut off away from my whole family. You know what I'm saying? I'm away from y'all. I'm not with y'all. Get my plate of food, go in the room. You know what I'm saying? But that wouldn't even be a part of a mind play. That's getting someone early, breaking them away from the family, get them early ready to detach themselves away from the family, because it's already separated. You see what I'm saying? It's separated. You know what I'm saying? You don't even understand how it's separated. To one spouse in the living room, the other spouse in the room. Separated. Kids in their room, the other kids in this room. It's separated. Ain't no unity. All the time to come together, probably fix something to eat, or when they going somewhere and first come in and everybody rush to their room. No family time whatsoever, and wonder why it ain't no love, wonder why it ain't no bond at the end of the day. So when you really think you looking good, you really looking bad. Do you understand culturally wise what you doing? Do you understand the system when you out here just living life on life terms? You know, I got a motto that I said, man, you do the right thing and the rest too shall follow. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I had a bunch of people I influenced to go do some crazy dumb things in my life. But yes, if I influence somebody to get out here and bring a message, to bring a different type of knowledge, a different type of motivation. You know, when you think you're looking good, you're really looking bad in that big old highs. You know, I'm talking you big highs, big all that, think you're doing good, stepping on all your people. Do you know that you're really violating the code? Huh? Do you really know that? Do you know that they really got you sitting here in a design, the way you Rubik's Cube inside a box, the way you know it was no way to get money off religion, because it was a way of act. You know, so all you Christianity lovers, yeah, it was such thing Christianity back in the day, but it wasn't a book. The Nile River had the first alphabet. So in order to get that alphabet, you had to go get the knowledge from the Egyptians. So the Egyptians was more advanced than Christianity. You see what I'm saying? So, but Christianity been here long. It was a way of life. It wasn't even spoken. You see, that ain't nothing but different names. You see, back in the day, it wasn't called Christianity. But what they mean a divine. And what they meant by divine was divine, meaning that I am one with the universe, one with nature, one with universe, one with God. That's why when you go in there and they looking up and they let the lights boom, then you go to church, they got Jesus sitting right there, the sun. All they switch with S-U-N, S-O-N. It's the sun. I was a Muslim. You get on your knees and you boom. They got a statue of the goddess, of the queen, the goddess, the woman god in Salat. They've been around. Their prayer come from Egypt. See, I ain't just one they gonna just adapt to anything. So I thought I was looking good. Then what hurt them so much had them why they mad at the knowledge, because it's a painting, and you can't. They got a symbol. And you cannot put letters or numbers to a symbol. So only the high priest knew what that meant. But it give you a view, if you know the history of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so dangerous about it. And all they did was take that same symbol and write what they thought meant about it. They took one little piece of carving of a whole civilization doing something and added names and did all that to them. Then when you go back to where the hell they get this shit from, it's some shit that never was meant to even be spoken. It wasn't even an alphabet for it. It was just a way of life. And people interpret how they felt that this is how you be divine. But in reality, divine was just connection with the universe. Divine mean I know it was something. The universe showed me it's something greater than me. You tell me that the God that made the whole ocean, seas, and everything could fit inside a building. That's why they ain't like churches. Yeah. That's why they ain't like churches. Hey, so you telling me that the whole God of the world could sit in this book, the whole knowledge of the God that made the seas, made the grass, all these plants, all this can be put in a book this big? Oh, no, that's not my God. And that's what they stood on. That's not my God. If God could fit in a book this big, everything I need to know about God to get to him, that's not my God. Because it's a plant book this big. It's a book on rocks this big. It's a book on water this big. It's a book on everything in the world this big. So you tell me God is limited. They limited God into inside a house. Everything got to be a man, the arm of God, the strength of God. He said seen God sitting on the throne when he looked at everything. He walked through the garden. Everything got to be man. So, and what's that word called? I can't think of the word right now. I can't think of the word right now. But they take when you take a unhuman thing and add human features to it. That's all they did was God. I can't say the word. I see it, but I can't pronounce it right now. I'm gonna just say nothing crazy. And that's all they did. You know, so they took the sun and turned the sun worship, what they call, into man. And man want to be the conqueror. Man want to be so much of God. God ain't nothing but a super goddamn hero, goddamn comic book. Or the goddamn, all this crazy shit's a goddamn comic book. You know what I'm saying? It never was meant to be taken serious, very allegorical, but hey, we believe it, baby. So I just want to tell y'all, man, something about to give y'all some knowledge on where you come from. You know, you think you're looking good, you're really looking bad.